grabs you by the wrist.
Okay.
So, an example, let's say somebody grabs you by the shoulder. Or you have a purse. You got your purse, you're walking down the street and some purse snatcher. Okay. So I got my camera. And you're reaching for my camera.
Okay.
So what I want to do is use my body language. I'm going to reach up and open my armpit. Now I'm going to close my armpit and carry you out the door. Okay? Boom. So without striking, for example, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you get to do that to me. Let's say you're walking down the aisle or whatever, and I'm the purse snatcher coming around behind you to grab your purse. You look to see who it was. Could have been a friend just messing around now. Bam! You whack me one. And now you shut your armpit. You squeeze. There you go. That trapped me. That locked me in. Now you just want to pretend you want to reach into water and scoop some water up. There you go. You step forward because your body takes me. So basically we're using our body weight, body language to generate the power instead of muscles. Okay? So body alignment. Let's say, for example, you okay? Okay. For choking purposes. Okay? Somebody's choking you. Okay? What you want to do is do the same theory using your armpit. As you reach up, you turn sideways. Look what that did to your wrist. It made it vertical. Now all I gotta do is shut my armpit over your wrist. That breaks it. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't require hitting. Remember, it's self-defense, so we're trying to avoid striking. That way when you get in front of a judge, you don't get sued, and it's all simple and strictly self-defense. Let's say, for example, somebody's grabbing you by the side. Okay? Same theory. As long as you do the circle as you come down, that created a release. If you were grabbing, that would break the wrist. You see what I'm saying? It's just using the body. So that's not about kicking and punching all the time. So, anybody have any questions? I like questions, because then it'll make me go further to the next one.
A lot easier than you think it is.
Okay. Anybody can do this. Fear is your worst enemy. If you're afraid, it won't work. It's all about reflexes, mindset. So it's not about how many moves you learn or what all you know. It's about how quick you react. That's what self-defense boils down to. Now, what everybody has to remember is, you're going to think to yourself, oh, I don't need to know that. That's not going to happen to me. Well, you never know when it's going to happen to you. Okay? So self-defense is for everybody. If you're 4 years old or if you're 75 years old, doesn't matter. Male or female. The best block is not to be there. So that's why being aware of your surrounding is very important. Your body language, how you carry yourself, rapid eye movement. How do you become a victim? When your head's down, you're just minding your own business. They're the victims because they're not aware of what's going on in the world. So, example of like when you come out of the store, be prepared with your key ring and keychain. When you approach your vehicle, don't just be on your phone texting and going to your key, not knowing who's around or the vehicle parked next to you, or who might be underneath the car. So be aware. Always think that it might happen to you. You never know. So therefore, on that note, you should invest in some sort of self-defense training. Or carry pepper spray, mace on your key ring. Get the proper technique of using those weapons. Don't spray it into the wind. You're going to get it. Know about things and don't just assume. And some people, they go get the concealed carry permit to carry a gun. Okay, well, yes and no. Best weapon is you. Okay? So remember, sometimes if you carry something, you become dependent on that. And somebody takes it away from you, then you wouldn't know what to do. So therefore, physical conditioning develops confidence. Exercise. Those of you that jog, those of you go to the gym, you're already developing your body, you're making yourself strong. You know how to use it. Learn some simple techniques. Anything could be used as a weapon. So it's all about thinking smart. It's not about how many moves you learn. It's always being aware. So that's what self-defense boils down to. The purpose that I'm here right now is hopefully some of you might consider, because I do give self-defense seminars throughout the metropolitan area, that you might want to invest a 2-hour course. We call it accelerated course, not a crash course. That way you learn some basic self-defense techniques and know how to get out of simple grabs, how to basically be aware of your surrounding situation, body language, your tone of voice. You know, there are so many things involved that are big factors that a rapist looks for or a kidnapper looks for. So those are, you don't want to be one of those. So that's why you attend self-defense seminars, martial arts schools, karate academies, or whatever, learning some method of self-defense, because through those techniques that you drill yourself and train, you're developing self-esteem, self-confidence, self-control. Lots go with it. Do you have any questions for me? Now, you told me that you studied martial arts. Why did you start?
To exercise.
Exercise?
Yeah.
And since you've been doing it as exercise, was it only exercise all along, or did you benefit any other way?
No, I needed more self-confidence. I knew that, and I wanted to learn a lot of not tricks, but I wanted to learn something while I was exercising, because I have a big problem with ADD with exercise. I do an exercise program. I get bored real fast. I haven't gotten bored with martial arts.
Because it never ends. Martial arts, in my mind, is kind of like a religion, and therefore there's no ending to it. There's always something you can learn new, some method of looking at things at a different angle, and it gives you something positive. It boosts your confidence, it gives you better self-esteem, self-confidence, self-control. Basically, it will make you a better person mentally and physically. Doesn't matter what style you take. Thinking of martial arts like foreign language. There's so many different languages. They're all intended for communication. Well, martial arts, same way. They're intended for learning self-protection, self-defense. So nowadays, unfortunately, with all these horrible terrorism and all this going on in the world, you want to be aware of your surrounding. You want to be able to spot the things around you that are abnormal. How do you do that? By having rapid eye movement, by caring, by developing that personality that it takes to be able to spot things out. So through martial arts training, that's what a lot of people benefit. They benefit to become better mentally and physically and avoid being in those situations by using common sense. So, anybody have any questions for me?